Hello everybody, welcome to class 15. I hope you're still practicing, and this weather weekend is the worst storm being predicted. Maybe a good one to do some. Just to remind you what you need a strap usually, you may need some dictionaries or blocks to sit on for when you sit between the heels, and maybe a blanket for when you relax. So we're going to start with some alternate nostril breathing. And for that, I want you just to make sure you're comfortable. If you need to have the support of the wall, do so. And take a few comfortable, regular yoga breaths first. So close your eyes, feel that you're elevated in your spine, comfortably elevated. As you breathe into the belly, feel it at the side of your ribs, back of your throat. Slowing down, feeling that you're grounded, but also lengthened in your spine. Literally arriving inside of your body. Hearing that slight resistance at the back of your throat. Engaging the whole of your body with your breath that moves everywhere. Quietening your mind, and then we're going to move on to the alternate nostril breathing. So I usually put my middle finger, index finger down. Some of you do put it against your forehead. Close your right nostril and then breathe into the left. You can have your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. Do it within your own comfortable breathing tempo. Without rushing, without slouching. You begin to integrate your right and your left brain hemisphere over time. Calming your mind as you focus on the breath. Perhaps over time you slow down the breath as well, if you can, comfortably. The moment you begin to focus on the breath, you become lighter, less matter, more aware of your energy flow as you focus on the breath. Two more after this one. Gently release your hands. Just take another breath or two, feeling the effect. And I'm going to move to a back bend, sort of moving swan with an extra back bend at the end of the synergy, elbows pushing down and lifting. So you can come off your phone and come to the back of your mat if you've got one, onto your heels, extending your arms and coming to this easy position. We're going to start now with a moving swan, flowing the spine with the breath. And then we'll add on the one that we've done once before with the elbows, the synergy, sort of back bend, and you pull the elbows towards you, but you resist with your chest up. And then really allow the spine to sink. So come into the cobra immediately as your elbows straight and your knees bend. And allow that spine to find its maximum curve. And the cat To the cobra, elbows back, lift out of the shoulders. Do it with the breath as you pull the elbows towards you with your chest up, creating a back bend in the upper trunk. And so you can flow with the breath. Integrating the movement with the breath is the most important. Adjusting your hands when you come back. Moving with your breathing tempo. Really feel that flow of the spine. It's literally a flow. And we say the spine begins to sing. You should free it that way. Warming up the body. Flowing with the breath. And thirdly, release. When you I've done the last one. We're going to do the hip stretch. So your lower leg parallel. Sometimes your feet have to be below the knee, but if you can, put it on the knee. And then maybe sit up first, push your knee down, the higher knee. Some of you will prefer to stay there, otherwise walk forward in stages. And stop where you feel it, keeping your sitting bones moving back. Topping your head, some of you will be able to go all the way and do it in stages. It's quite strong in the back of your hip, in the hip flexors. Surrender into that posture with your breathing. Gradually easing into it. Whole body awareness as you stay with the breath. Perhaps some pain. Breathe into the belly. To do it the other way around, it might feel slightly different. Lining up your knee with your foot, maybe lift your chest, pushing knee down. Stay there if that's enough. Some people, their knee is very high, so you may even have to take that upper leg in front of it if it's really not possible. But try and do it the way that I'm demonstrating. See, it's a little bit tighter on me on that side, so my head is not so easily on the floor. It takes longer. Breathe, release your shoulders. Natural breath, whole body awareness. A few more breaths. And then shake your legs. Your hips can release, rotate your feet, loosening your ankles in both directions. You're going to do what's called legs passing. So the most important instruction here is once you're down, and you can bring your arms above you, if your knees are quite wide, your feet closer together, you need to flatten that waist, or we call it the lumbar region. Which means your shoulder blades need to be pulled down. And your waist is all the time pressed down, which is quite hard work. It will engage the abdominals, lower abdominals. Do it slowly, so it's always a whole breath in and out for each movement. Taking your knee off the one that comes up towards your armpit, not your chest. Protect your lower back as you keep pressing that lumbar spine, the column of your lumbar spine down. I find it works the back muscles quite strongly. If you find it tricky for your shoulders, bring your arms a bit lower. Keep taking the knee out. I find that one knee can go further to the armpit than the other. Slow motion. Flatten your waist, pressing it downwards. And circle your knees. Both directions, releasing the lumbar region. We're going to do what we often do with this together. The reverse curls. So try and keep your head centered, your elbow on the floor, there want to lift. Cross your ankles, your knees are quite wide, and as you come back, keep your knees over your lower rib, not over your sitting bones. Keep going, slow motion. Some of you can do it beautifully slow. So it's the oblique abdominals that are engaged. Of course, you need to cross your ankles the other way around. And it's the transverse abdominals, which is less used than the upper abdominals. So there's often an imbalance. And if there's an imbalance, then you tend to round your upper back. Do a nice strong inverted stretch. Flex your feet perhaps. Pull out vigorously. Once you've dropped your arms and released, allow your head to roll from side to side just a few times. And we're going to do other hip one, so bring your knees to the one side. And the upper leg goes high to the hand. That would keep the lower knee a little bit down so it can stay as grounded as possible as you bring your upper leg up to the ceiling and then swing it towards your hand loosely. So it's a movement you don't often do. Gets to the leg and hip muscles of the leg that's active. Helps you with walking. Try and keep your shoulders grounded, head centered. Loose swings. Now if you can keep that leg up, use your hand behind the heel, not above it. You could keep the leg down, or if you can, take hold of the other foot, pull it towards you on the other side and keep your shoulder grounded. Otherwise keep it loose. Call it the prawn. Try and straighten that knee. It really moves the segments of your upper leg away from the center of the spine. Particularly those nerves that come out of those segments. An extra stretch. Freeing them. Straighten the knee. Press into the heel firmly if you can. The other way around. And on the floor, level with your shoulder. Just swing your leg loosely. Keeping your shoulders grounded. Stay grounded with your shoulders. If you can, straighten your knee. And push with the hand always from underneath the back of the heel. You could have your arm up. If you can catch your foot, do so again. Try and ground the shoulder. Push the one foot higher. Ease into it, push your shoulder down. Breathe into the stretch, perhaps the pain. Remember it. Quite a hamstring, batik, hip stretch. Release your back as you circle your knees a few times. And you're going to do a stretch on your side of your body, a Pilates one. So come on the right side of your body, straighten your arm. You rest your ear, your head on it. And put your other hand, your left hand in front of your chest. Keep your lower leg on the floor. And bring the upper leg up, reach into it. And bring it down mindfully. It gets quite a different stretch in your hip and thigh. Moving with the breath. Then the thigh stretch, so you bend the knee, so you can bend your elbow backwards. Zip up the abdominals and pull the knee back, not up. So you get to the quad. You can bring the heel against your buttock. Cross the other way around. Straighten and do the same, reach into your heel, release your head. Keep your center, move with the breath. Natural breath. And again, bring your lower leg up, zip up the tummy. You can then bend the leg backwards, bend the elbow backwards, getting to the quad. Okay, now we're going to do a vinyasa, which is a strange one, I must say. We haven't done it before. In fact, both of them are quite strange, but they're effective in different ways. So sit on your knees if you can't stay off your heels. You're going to do a vinyasa now, from sitting to standing and back to sitting. So sit on your heels. If you can't sit like that, stay higher off your sitting bones and come forward. Into a lunge, bring your arms up, release your hip forward and down. You look straight ahead, extend your arms. And then come with your hands down into a forward bend. Release your head, and really arrive there as you come up and then into a back bend. So navel up, chest up, back as far as you can, and then slowly come back into the forward bend. Stepping back with the left leg into the lunge without bringing your arms up and then back onto your heels. Coming forward, this time with your left leg. Bring your arms up, release your hip forward and down, extend, tummy in. Back with your hands on the floor so you can step into a forward bend and really arrive and release your head, shoulders back. Come up, chest up, tummy in, back bend, extend, elbows straight. Feel it as you come slowly back into that full forward bend. Stepping back with your right leg into the lunge, back on your heels and for a moment pause. Right foot forward, arms up, release your hip, extend with armpits down, back into a forward bend. Take your time to get there. Come up as you breathe in, into the back bend, back into a forward bend on the exhalation. If you need to bend your knees, do so. Stepping back with your left foot, forward into the lunge and then back onto your heels. It's a strange one, but it does move your hips and your legs quite a bit, creating more flexibility. Just release your head, shoulders back when you come into the forward bend, come into the back bend, tummy in, reach up before you go back. Feel the back bend and then come back into the forward bend. Back with your left leg to the lunge onto your heels. And see if you can do it in your own tempo. A right foot forward. Back bend. Extend and come back. And see if you can do it in your own breathing tempo. So once you've got the rhythm, it's quite a simple one. Right foot forward, last sequence, I think. Feel each posture inhabited. Moves the breath. It's getting up and coming down. It gets sometimes more difficult when you get older, so it's a good practice for that. And then release into an Eastern praying or child pose. Totally for a moment. Feel the energy flow in the whole of your body. Let go. Now we're going to sit between our heels, so you may want your books, or if you've got firms. Some of you don't need it. It's always important that you don't push the foot out sideways. And if you sit on a block, don't go back. It's not good for your back. But if you're flat, then you can go back. And it is a good one for runners because it stretches the quad and the knees. And like some of you can go all the way back. If you've got a knee problem, then straighten the one leg where the knee is a problem. And if you need a firm under the one side too, basically. Sometimes just having a book or a firm underneath your head when you go all the way back may help. The idea is to have the knees together and on the floor. Over time, if you drop more, tend to have a hollow back initially. You might drop more so you can take the book or the firm away. So whichever position you're in, so you can allow yourself to release into it with your breath. Not forcing. If you're all the way flat, it will take some time for your back to ground. I often get a click when I do that. Slowly feeling that pull around your knees. If you're a runner, it's quite a good one to do every day for 5 or 10 minutes. See if you can stay with that a bit longer. Feeling the tightening around your knee, quad. Some of you will feel it more on your feet, usually. Whole body awareness. And then coming out is awkward when you're all the way down, so careful. And to do the counter stretch, you come onto your knees, straighten one leg, curl your toes under and stretch. But the blood flow goes back into your knees, tends to leave it for a while. And then perhaps rub your knees when you come into a sitting position. Getting the blood flow back into it. And then we're going to do the upside down plank. If you can't do it, Tibetan table into a forward bend. So you head back, toes to the floor. As you breathe in and as far forward, perhaps bending your knees as easily as you can flow into it. really come as high with your hips as you can. And feel the contrast. It's strengthening your arms. It's a counter stretch to the dog with your head down. And like I said, bend your knees if it's easier. Head all the way back. Elbows straight. Flowing, keep light. It's like a back bend that opens the front of your body, contracts the back. A few more. And then release into a forward bend for a bit longer. Nice feeling. You can let go after that. A few spinal rolls that you can do an expulsion breath as you roll forward. It's the expulsion breath. And then bouncing forward. Stay there. We're going to stand up and we're going to do a neck stretch, an extended neck stretch in a standing position. So when you're ready and released, come into a standing position. So it's important in this particular one that you have your feet centered. So try and press into the big toe and the little toe as you bring your right arm across your head to your ear and the other hand is on your shoulder, and you're going to press the neck apart on that left side. But keep your feet centered, your knees soft. Whole body awareness is important here. So as you put pressure on your head, moving it to the right, put some pressure on the shoulder as well, slightly moving it out. So you get that lengthening. Quite strong. Keep your feet in your awareness to 4 points. Particular amount of the big toe and the little toe itself. It's like you press those down. Make sure you don't rotate your head. Really pricing that neck is sort of wider on the right side now. Whole body awareness, feet centered. We're going to repeat it again because it works a bit the second time a bit better. Feel that lengthening. Feel your feet, shoulders down, quite a firm pressure. Natural breath. Once more, the other side. It's quite effective if you do it properly. Feet centered. Opening that right side. And then just to release the neck, reach into your fingers, into the crown, into your feet. And then rotate your head and your neck without lifting your chin as far as it wants to go. Might feel a bit strange after that exercise. And then the same the other way around. Reach into your fingers, spread the fingers. Now a shoulder one. So you feet together, you cross your wrist and you reach up. And you reach down, pressing your elbows against you, and then you're going to go into a chair, tucking your tailbone, look down, bring your arms, your chest out, your knees bent, and keep your feet centered, and press your inner knees together. Breathe, it's quite strong on your shoulders, armpits are down, your latissimus dorsi are pulled to your waist. If you have a sway back, tucking your tailbone. Come up and you're going to cross the wrist the other way around, which always feels weird. You automatically go one way. And once you've extended for a few breaths, do the same. Tucking your tailbone, bend your knees, Feel the feet. Look down and bring your arms up, your chest up. Breathe. Straighten the elbows. Slowly come out. Maybe roll your shoulders once or twice and then come into forward bend. Allowing your shoulders to release. Find your comfortable forward bend. I'm going to do another vinyasa, another strange one. Slowly come up into an inverted stretch. From the waist up, from the waist down, without locking anything. Because it's got balances, I take the mat away. So in Tadasana, with your palms together in front of your chest, some space in front of you, it's quite slow, it's a strange one, it's not easy. I'm going to start with a dancer on the right side. First, feel that you're centered, palms together. Take your right foot forward, bring your right arm up and catch your left foot and push it back. And see how far you can come into a full dance. You could be in a half dance, you can come into the full dancer. Fix your gaze. Carefully come back. Now you're going to roll down into a forward bend, but drop your head first. Begin then to release your trunk. Literally roll down, so not from the hips. And then bring your hands to the floor and come into a squat. Now some of you might have to take your heels off the floor. I can keep my heels on the floor. And then come forward into a plank, a straight line. Extend from the waist and then come into a side plank. I have my one foot on top of the other. Some of you might want to bring the one next to each other. And then we're going to come into the side plank on the other side. Reaching up, balancing, strong your arm, back into plank, and from there into dog with your head up with your toes curled. And come back into that squat, so you have to find your way there. So you can drop your head, and slowly bring your sitting bones up, and then roll up again in that reverse way. Finally coming up, so you need to brace your tummy muscles. You're going to go back into that dancer on the right. So your left arm up, tummy in. Push your knee back and find that full dancer if you can. Come back. Bring your foot onto the floor and back into that mountain posture with your palms together in front of your chest. And do the other side. Center again. Come into the dancer on the left side. Slowly abdominals in, see if you can move further into the dancer and stop when you feel it. If you can't go any further, but if you can go into the full one, come into a fuller one. And then back, and we're going to do the head first, and the upper, neck, middle back, waist. Roll into a forward bend, not from with your spine, not from the waist. Hips, and then the feet wider. You can either have heels off the floor, if you can, keep heels on the floor, drop your heads, fit in between your knees, and come into a straight line and plank. And from there into a side plank. One foot on top of the other, and if you want to bring your feet next to each other. Plank into the side plank on the other side. Open out, strong on the arm, back into straight plank, and then from there into back bend with your toes curled, not over dropping your lower back. And then back into that sort of squat, whichever version you can do. Release your head round your back, and then roll back up. Brace your tummy muscles. You slowly unfurl back into upright, coming back into the dance on the left. So you can get your foot, tummy in, bring your thigh back, creating a half bow with your leg, chest forward and your arm down. Slowly come back into that Tadasana. Take a breath or two in that one. Do it another sequence. So back into the dance on the right, right foot forward. Catch Reach your left foot as you move slowly into a full dancer or half dancer. Perhaps bending the front knee, the standing leg slightly. Tummy in. Slow motion. And then the forward bend when you drop your head, feel the weight of it as you unfurl, or you actually roll down rather, from the spine, not your hip. Keep your heels on the floor if you can, knees wide and fit in between, or keep your heels off the floor. Squatting. Come into a plank, into a side plank from the plank. Reaching up, whole body awareness, balance. There's quite a lot of balancing in this one. And then the other way around. And come back into a straight line or a plank. Back bend, toes curled, and then into that squat. If your heels are off the floor, drop your head. Round your back. Bring your hips up as you unfurl, brace your tummy muscles firmly, rolling up until you get to Tadasana, and then into the dancer. Abdominals engaged, it's a back bend, lovely. And slowly come back into Tadasana. There's one more side to go. Dance on the left. Reaching to space. Front arm balancing the back, foot and leg. Just feeling what you're doing, inhabiting your posture. As you roll into that forward bend, as your spine, arms are dangling, your head is dropped, your chin close to your throat. Coming to the squat, whichever version you can manage. Releasing the lower back as low as you can, it releases it nicely. To plank. Extend into the ground, to your heels. Side plank. Balance. Opening the chest. Stay centered as you come back to the plank and then back into that squat. It's like the same journey. Oh, sorry, first dog as you head up. Same journey back. Release your back, shoulders, drop your head. Slowly bring your sitting bones up and then see if you can brace your tummy muscles and slowly unfurl so your head is released, your shoulders are rounded. Rolling up to upright. Last time the dance on the left. Keep your control. I'm going to come down for a moment into an Eastern Praying Child pose. Release your back. You're going to do a dog stretch. Up and down, not one leg up. That's the next one. Release your back, shoulders. Wasn't an easy sequence. And then come into the dog with your head down, always armpits and hips toward each other. Look towards your thigh or navel and bring your right leg up, see if you can rotate the thigh slightly in. Keep moving your chest towards your knee, your head to the floor and straighten the elbows. Pressing into your inner hands and rotating the upper arms out. Back to the foot on the floor. And then see if you can bring the other leg up. Once you're centered. Keep that left leg up. Bring your head to the floor. Acute angle. Heels down so you feel the calves. And then we're going to come into a dog with your head up from there. Slowly come up Always the navel up, your chest up. Press your palms back, extend into the crown, and if you can, flatten your feet, do so. So on the waist in both directions, but engage those abdominals firmly. Press back with your palms, and then come back into a dog with your head down. Armpits and hips toward each other. Rotate the upper arms out, and your shoulder blades to your waist. As we're going to now do another leg lift, bending the knee. Once you've got the acute angle, so you can bring the knee up, but try and keep your chest moving to your knee. Take your foot to the opposite buttock, extending. Slowly come back. Center again, head to the floor, and do the same as your left leg, without losing your acute angle. Heel to the buttock, thigh up, head to the floor, other heel down so you get to the calf. You're going to come back into a dog with your head up slowly, lifting out of the navel, chest. If you can, lift your knees, extend, so not overdropping your lower back. Pressing back, lifting out of the shoulders. Come back once again into a dog with your head down. And then come into a child pose or Eastern praying position. And allow your whole back, your shoulders and your arms, and your wrists perhaps, to soften in between. We'll be doing another sequence, a standing one again, which is some warriors. Twist. And for the warriors, you always need to bring your heels in toward each other. So you engage them, putting them in. It's a thumb warrior first. So you open the trunk, and it's like you pull the elbow and the thumb away from each other quite actively, but pull the heels in. So you have that traction. It's an active on the back knee straight. From there we're going to come into the up-down warrior, so still pull the heels in towards each other, and if you want to, look up. And then from there in that diagonal one, so you bring your head and your upper trunk into line with your heels diagonally, before you come into a reverse butterfly, and if you like, straighten the right to the front knee, look at your hands, your shoulder blades down, and then roll the back heel off the floor as you bring your palms together, or keep them parallels easy on your shoulder, and find your horizontal position. Always demanding. Rotate that thigh slightly in of the lifted leg, and then come back to center. We're going to do it the other way around. So again, what I call the thumb warrior. It's like you have a bow and arrow which you pull apart, but pull the heels in and open. Feel that strength, focus, groundedness of that warrior. Before you move into the up-down warrior, facing forward with your shoulders, still pulling the heels into each other. If you're stable, look up. Keep your knee over your ankle, and then come into that diagonal position. Put the heel into the fingers. And continue the journey with your right hand to the inside of your leg. Front hip comes back, and then roll the back heel off the floor as you come up, and find that warrior number 3. If you find it difficult for your shoulders, fold your arms and bring them back. Rotate the back thigh inwards. If you can bring your palms together, tighten your shoulders, but try. And repeat that once more. So the thumb warrior, pull the heels into each other with the tension of that arrow that wants to escape the bow. Look up, front and back and forward, into the diagonal position. Your heels into the hands, and then the rotated twist. Keep your knee bent if you need to. Always from the base of the spine into the crown, back heel off the floor, and so you can lift into that warrior number 3. There's a lot of pressure on that hip, so tighten the buttock if you need to. And keep your hip between your arms without diving. Slowly come back, bending the front knee. One more side to go. Heels in. Extend. Feel that energy of the warrior, ready to pounce. Come up, up-down dimension. Diagonal. Revolving triangle, and if you can straighten the knee and rotate from the base of the spine into the crown. And so you can Lift the back heel as you use your core. Strong that front leg, rotate the left thigh in. Slowly find your horizontal from inside out. Come back. Release into a wide legged forward bend. You can choose. Maybe take your hands through the arch, fold your arms. Allow your shoulders to drop, your head to drop. If you have your elbows bent, make sure they're parallel. Pull the trunk to your leg. So slowly come out of it. And you're going to come onto the floor. We're going to do a headstand variation. So there's a lot. And if you have the chairs, you could always do the chairs. You'll have to pause and get them. Always start with the hair, if that's more comfortable for you, before you do the other ones. Either with your arms up, or you take your index finger, thumb around the opposite wrist, so your shoulders can release. And make sure you're on the crown. And focus on the crown. And put something underneath it if you need to. So the heart is higher than the head, and then you can do the dolphin, the same idea. But now you resist with your forearms and bring your head inside of the triangle, but not on the floor. So it's freely hanging. Good one for strengthening the upper trunk. And there's the bird. Always remember that it's a triangle, that your hands are not too close to the head. And then it's the crow. So you could keep your toes on the floor, crane forward, it's also called the crane, and if you can take your feet off the floor, do so. Craning forward so your chin is away from your chest. You can do that different ways, higher or lower, and then of course there's the forward bend if you have a wall or a door. I'm going to do the forward bend against the wall for those of you who would like to get to your hamstrings. It's not even the hamstrings, also the buttocks. If you can go deeper, so it also aligns your spine more, push your heels back, and allow your head to drop. And if you can bring your arms up. So you're going to hold it longer, I'm just demonstrating. And then of course there's the headstand for those of you. Bring your elbows in, make sure you're on the crown, don't grip your head, keep your thumbs quite loose. Use your core as you come up, perhaps fix your gaze and extend. Pressing into your elbows, strengthen the upper trunk. Finding that lightness lifting out of the shoulders. Of course, there's also the right angle against the wall, which I haven't demonstrated. You'll know it from the dog up. Very nice for your brain to get the extra blood flow. Strengthen that upper trunk. I find it much easier than the shoulder stand. Because you don't have cilia moments, it also drains the veins. Scorpion if you're interested. So finish what you're doing and always come into child pose or Eastern praying position. So you can release the neck and the shoulders. Letting go of any tightness in there, and also just allow your body to settle. Comfortable breath. And also finish what you're doing. Always make sure you've been in that child pose, and then you're going to move into a twist. It's supposed to be beginner's twist. You know, I think it works the hips more than other twists too. So your foot against your thigh, inner thigh, and you twist from the base of your spine. I've got short arms, so I've got fingertips. And really do it mindfully, rotating right around the base of your spine. Perhaps come back for a moment. And once again, so feel that you're right on the base of the spine. You twist, look past your shoulder, right into the crown. And the foot that's on the floor behind you. Breathe as that. Extending, tummy slightly in. And do the other way around. So you right foot against your inner left thigh. Slowly rotating from the base of the spine, with the whole spine rotate, the whole trunk with it. Past your right shoulder. Come back for a moment and do it once more. Hold, breathe. Extending into the crown. Strong in the left hip. Come back. Going to do the cow's head. So your right knee up. Sit in between your heels. If you need to sit on a firm, sit on a firm. And if you want to rock a few times, you make sure you sit between your heels, not on it, if possible. Going to come into side stretch, your right palm facing up. Stay on your left sitting bone. And then see how far you can go immediately. Extending into the fingers which are spread. Keep your armpits down, looking slightly up. Sliding the left hand down. Stay grounded. Straighten the upper elbow. Breathe so that the whole left side opens. And then come into the twist. So take your left hand around your right knee. Extend from the base of the spine. Always extend before you twist. And slowly extending into the crown. Keep your sitting bones grounded. Stay centered. Heart abdominals will kick in automatically, so you can regularly sit up and twist, slightly pulling onto your knee. And then come forward, walk your hands forward. Some of you can only go a little, then stop there. You can go further, come onto your elbows, and you can drop your head and rest on the upper thigh. You get a stronger stretch into that piriformis hip on the one side. Breathe into the belly and surrender to posture. Exquisite pain. Of course, we need to do the other side. Again, wiggle until you're right between your heels, not on it. Sit on a firm. Side stretch to the side of your knees up. Organs are different, so it always feels different. Extend, straighten the elbow. Keep that right sitting bone grounded. Breathe. Right side is extended. Ribs are open. Upper elbow straight, fingers spread. Back for the twist. Right hand around your left knee. Extend into the crown. Again from the base of your spine, then your abdominal, then your navel, then your ribs. So easy to just twist with your shoulders, but it doesn't do the same. Elevate it in your spine, breathe, hold. And come forward again. Keep your sitting bones grounded. Stop where you feel it. Maybe different on this side. You can come on your elbows, do so. And if you can still go further, release your head. So the pressure on your thigh gives you actually more of a stretch. In that piriformis hip region. Gluteus maximus. Body awareness, surrender, breathe. Come up and perhaps shake your legs. We're going to come onto our back for a segmented bridge. And it's very important here to have your feet centered. Your arms come up and bend your elbows, release your shoulders. Feet parallel with your knees and press into the big toe and the little toe. Keep your knees parallel. It's going to make it very different. And roll to the lower part of your spine once your spine is released. And slowly come up, segment your spine by segment. Keeping your feet centered, your knees parallel, your shoulders grounded, your chin where it is. Allow that whole thigh and the spine, one vertebra by vertebra comes up. Very important to keep those feet centered. Don't go on the outside of your feet. So it's, when you have bunions, like I have, you feel it quite strong in your legs as well, because it corrects it. Lift, chest open, chin down, shoulders released. And then as slowly and as mindfully come down from your upper back, rolling through each one and turn. Until you're all the way down slowly. And take a breath or two in between. I'm going to do it again. Usually the second time I find you can come up a bit higher. Again, feel that the mount of the big toe and the little toe firmly down. Engage them as you roll up vertebra by vertebra. Engaging that spine but also opening it, lengthening it. Lifting out of the lower leg. And slowly roll down segment by segment. Keep your control. Engaging each segment in turn. Keeping the feet centered and knees parallel. Take a breath or two in between. We'll do it another time. So roll to the lower part and begin to lift slowly. It really is mindfulness here. Not leaving out any segment in your awareness. Perhaps a bit higher. I find that my hips come higher the third time. Sorry. Thanks. Segmented bridge. And then the counter stretch, rolling up, the back strengthens so you flatten your lumbar region, top your chin, and roll back. For a moment come into a butterfly, which is quite nice to release the sacrum. Drop your knees, release the shoulders and take a few breaths. So your groin opens, your belly is soft. The sacrum is dropped. We're going to do what's called a sage posture. So come into a sitting position, roll onto your side. Sit as flat as you can. Bring your right knee up, right against your inner thigh. Now I always suggest that you go to the side and you literally wrap your body around your lifted leg, showing you now how your arm go. You may want to have a strap. So you take your palm facing out, and if you need a strap, have a strap. If you can hold your hand, which is easier, then you do it that way. So once again, move around it, leg, wrap yourself around it, drop your head if you can, rest on your thigh, but a lot of you will not be able to do it, so stay higher. Breathe, if you need a strap, you need a strap. If your toes pointing up, slowly dropping deeper into it. Keeping that knee close to you, pushing it up. I'm going to do it twice each side, so the second time is always easier. So now the left foot up, sit flat, drape yourself around, exaggerate as you come around it. Palm facing out of your left arm, and then see if you can catch or use a strap and come as far down as you can. You can see I'm not as easy on this side as the other. Release, surrender, release the back of your leg. Pull the left knee up. Do that again. Extending your chest forward, release onto your forehead. Breathe, allow the chest to come down, the right knee to come in, and if you can, pull onto your hand, it will make it easier. Natural breath. Left foot up, sit flat. Take your trunk and your arms, your palm facing out around it. It's always a bit easier the second time. At ease with the breath. Release the back of your right leg. A good Hamstring stretch right into the buttock. Do another sage posture as we did the other day. As in preparation for the tortoise posture, that's the easier and the more difficult one, which you're going to do now. So the natural one you can see when you take your hands underneath your calves, but the other one, which we're doing now, you take your hands back so that your legs go over above your elbows and then press onto your arms, which moves your chest more forward and it sort of begins to straighten your back. Mine's still quite rounded, but eventually to straighten your back more. So it extends that middle back quite nicely. Palms are facing up, we'll rush to the other one. And then there's the version where you keep your soles, your feet together, and you again take your hands from inside out, your palms facing out, take them back so your legs are above your elbows, and then rest on your forehead, on your feet, and you take your fingertips behind you toward each other. The more you can lift your head forward, drop your chest, create that space in your back, and then you can straighten your legs again, and maybe it's a bit easier the second time. So enjoy the posture if you can, wherever you are. Carefully as you come out of it, and then release into a regular forward bend. Bending your knees if you need to, chest forward, sitting bones back. And just let go. This is your last before we do the butterfly. Release your head, calming forward bend. And just do the butterfly. You can drop your knees, release your head, round your spine. Ease into it. And that's the sum total for this class. And we're going to now do a sitting, calming breath for relaxation. So we're going to do a sitting meditation. It's the one that helps you to sleep if you're during the night, if you can't sleep. Then this is a good one because it lengthens the exhalation and it can help some people. In fact, I've noticed in the class that some people feel quite sleepy when we do it. So if you're not comfortable, sit against the wall or on a chair, or find a position that you're comfortable and that you're also warm enough so you can go straight into relaxation afterwards. So begin by being comfortably upright. I would close my eyes. Feel that your spine is elongated, but light. It should feel light and centered. As you breathe 4 for the inhalation, 4 for in, pause for 7, and then out for 8. Keep repeating that. In for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Now if you're straining, count a bit faster in your mind's eye. And keep repeating that in that same way, same rhythm for a while. Keep going. keeping the same rhythmic speed. And do that twice more after this one. And when you've completed that, you can release the counting from your mind's eye, take another breath or two. And see if you can maintain that suspended mind with no thoughts. As you open your eyes and quietly make yourself comfortable for total relaxation. Putting a firm under your head if you need to, and then use your knees. Allowing your body to release into gravity without resisting it. Feeling the spaciousness within and around you. Literally in an extended present moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just pure beingness in the here and the now. Let go of everything else. Resting in the sense of aliveness as you settle your features, perhaps yawn, your lips together, settle your tongue, your expression softens. And your inner gaze is always drawn into that open heart space as you stay with a sense of wholeness, allowing your mind to flow with the music in harmony. become aware of your breath. Perhaps take a mindful breath or two to feel the floor, your mat against your back again. Gently open your eyes, moving your fingers, toes. Always bring yourself back into your body with awareness. Rolling onto your side or drawing your knees onto your chest. Feeling the warmth, the weight of your body. Perhaps stretching if your body feels like it needs a stretch. Before you come up into a sitting position. I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you found time to practice. We always thank you very much for your continuous support. This is now becoming quite a long-term situation. And I wish you all the best for the coming week. Stay safe, healthy. Namaste.